Welcome to Moon Mind Temple. Today, we talk about modern challenges through a Zen lens. Feeling overwhelmed by modern life? Constantly stressed by deadlines, social media, and the endless pursuit of more? What if the answer to finding peace amidst this chaos isn't a new app or a different hustle, but something ancient, something that has stood the test of time for thousands of years? This video dives into how Zen wisdom can actually transform your everyday struggles into opportunities for profound inner calm. Imagine finding profound tranquility in the very heart of your busiest, most chaotic day. It sounds impossible, right? We're often told to escape our problems, but what if the path to inner peace isn't about running away, but about confronting modern dilemmas with a radically different mindset? This video reveals how Zen Buddhism, a philosophy thousands of years old, offers shockingly relevant and powerful tools to master your mind and find peace in our incredibly complex 2025 world. We live in an age of endless pings, infinite scrolls, and constant connectivity. Notifications never stop, and neither does the subtle unease of knowing we're always on. Psychologists call it digital overload. Zen Buddhism calls it suffering born of attachment and distraction. What's fascinating is that Zen, a philosophy refined over centuries, doesn't just diagnose this malaise, it provides practical tools to transcend it. 1. Attention as liberation. Zen emphasizes shikantaza, just sitting, and mindfulness of breath. These practices train us to fully inhabit the present moment, free from compulsive thought. Compare that to modern multitasking where our attention is fragmented. Zen teaches that freedom begins by reclaiming our attention from the digital tug-of-war. 2. The discipline of simplicity. Minimalism in Zen isn't an aesthetic trend, it's a spiritual practice. By reducing clutter, whether physical, mental, or digital, we make space for clarity. A Zen monk would find our endless app switching chaotic and prescribe something radical. Do one thing fully. 3. Accepting impermanency in a fast-scrolling world. Social feeds trick us into craving permanence, likes, validation, an archive of curated selves. Zen counters with anicca, the truth of impermanence. By seeing digital trends and even our own online identities as fleeting, we can loosen the grip of FOMO and anxiety. 4. Silence as medicine. In Zen monasteries, silence is not absence, but presence. Contrast that with the constant noise of digital life, podcasts, reels, emails. Zen invites us to embrace intentional silence, allowing the nervous system to reset. Even 5 minutes of screen-free quiet can feel like a radical act of rebellion in our era. 5. The koan of technology. Zen koans, paradoxical riddles, break habitual thinking patterns. Our relationship with technology itself can be treated like a koan. What is the sound of a notification that doesn't need answering? By questioning the automaticity of our digital responses, we create freedom between stimulus and action. Zen's first aid kit, embracing mindfulness. How a philosophy thousands of years old offers shockingly relevant tools for modern struggles. We live in an age of constant urgency. Our inboxes overflow, social feeds never sleep, and the mind rarely gets a moment to breathe. Stress, anxiety, and digital fatigue have become the new normal. But long before smartphones and notification overload, Zen Buddhism diagnosed the same root problem: a restless, distracted mind. Zen's first aid kit doesn't come in a bottle or an app. Its medicine is mindfulness, the simple, radical act of paying attention. 1. Breathing as a reset button. The first and most immediate tool in Zen's kit is the breath. In moments of overwhelm, Zen teaches anchoring attention to breathing. One conscious inhale and exhale can slow racing thoughts, interrupt the cycle of stress, and recenter awareness. Think of it as a built-in reset button, always available, free of charge. 2. The art of single tasking. Modern life praises multitasking, but Zen insists on one thing at a time. Whether sipping tea or washing dishes, Zen practice transforms the ordinary into meditation. Applied to today's context, this means resisting the urge to check your phone mid-conversation or scrolling while eating. Mindfulness turns scattered moments into healing pauses. 3. Creating space through silence. Noise follows us everywhere. Ads, alerts, chatter. Zen prescribes silence not as emptiness, but as nourishment. Just 5 minutes of intentional stillness is like applying a bandage to a wound. Silence allows the nervous system to recover, emotions to settle, and clarity to emerge. 4. Accepting, not resisting, what hurts. Zen teaches that suffering multiplies when we resist reality. A stressful email or bad news is like a cut, unavoidable. But mindfulness is the antiseptic, noticing the pain, breathing with it, and letting it pass rather than festering in resistance. 5. Everyday mindfulness as preventative care. Zen's first aid isn't only for emergencies. Like vitamins for the soul, mindfulness woven into daily routines, walking, eating, working, strengthens resilience. Instead of being swept away by digital currents, you learn to stand calmly in the stream. Navigating comparison and self-doubt with compassion. How Zen Buddhism, a philosophy thousands of years old, offers shockingly relevant and powerful tools for a modern plague. Scrolling through social feeds, it's easy to feel not enough. Someone always seems more successful, beautiful, or fulfilled. Comparison breeds self-doubt, which then feeds anxiety, resentment, and shame. Zen Buddhism saw this problem long before Instagram, the mind's tendency to measure, cling, and criticize. Its medicine is radical compassion, not just for others, but for ourselves. 1. Seeing comparison as illusion. Zen reminds us the cherry blossom does not envy the pine. Each being has its own form and timing. Comparison is an illusion created by the grasping mind. Mindfulness practice trains us to notice when comparison arises. This is envy, and let it dissolve like clouds drifting past the sky. 2. Self-doubt as a teacher. Instead of treating self-doubt as an enemy, Zen reframes it as a koan, a paradox to sit with. Self-doubt asks, who do you think you are? Zen flips the question. Who is the I that doubts? This gentle inquiry often reveals that the voice of doubt is just thought, not truth. 3. Compassion practice as antidote. Zen cultivates metta, loving kindness, and karuna, compassion. When self-doubt strikes, we can silently offer, may I be kind to myself in this moment. May I be free from harsh judgment. This softens the inner critic, transforming comparison into connection. 4. Returning to the present. Comparison thrives in the past and future. I should have done better. They're ahead of me. Zen's medicine is presence. By anchoring in breath, body, or a simple task, we cut through the storylines that fuel inadequacy. 5. Living from enoughness. Zen's heart teaching is that our true nature is already whole. The oak tree doesn't strive to be taller than the maple, it simply grows. Practicing Zen is learning to rest in this wholeness.
to act, create, and connect not from deficiency, but from enoughness. Why it matters today. The digital age magnifies comparison like never before, but the human heart has always struggled with it. Zen's relevance is shocking because it addresses not the symptoms, envy, self-doubt, but the root, the mind's habit of measuring worth. With a mindfulness and compassion, we can step off the treadmill of comparison and walk the path of genuine peace. Unpacking performance anxiety, the wisdom of impermanence. How Zen Buddhism, a philosophy thousands of years old, offers shockingly relevant and powerful tools for modern life. Whether it's delivering a presentation, sitting for an exam, or performing on stage, performance anxiety grips the mind with fear. What if I fail? What if I'm judged? What if this moment defines me? Zen Buddhism, a tradition rooted in simplicity and awareness, offers a liberating perspective. Nothing lasts. Not your nervousness, not the spotlight, not even the judgment of others. This is the wisdom of impermanence, anicca, and it's a shockingly powerful antidote to the paralysis of anxiety. 1. Fear is a passing cloud. Zen likens thoughts and emotions to clouds drifting across a vast sky. Anxiety before a performance feels overwhelming, but it too passes. By remembering this is temporary, we loosen its grip. Nervous energy stops being an enemy and becomes just another cloud moving through awareness. 2. The moment can't be controlled. Performance anxiety often comes from clinging to outcomes, craving applause, fearing mistakes. Zen teaches outcomes are impermanent and uncontrollable. What remains in our hands is only this breath, this word, this gesture. Returning to the immediacy of the present dissolves the obsession with what if. 3. Mistakes fade like echoes. We fear mistakes as though they're eternal scars. Zen reminds us every sound fades, every impression vanishes. A stumble during a speech, a wrong note in a song, they disappear as quickly as they arrive. Knowing this, we can act with more freedom, less self-consciousness. 4. Impermanence as liberation, not loss. To the anxious mind, impermanence sounds like instability, but Zen reframes it as freedom. No moment is fixed, no identity permanent. You are not bound forever to a single performance, nor to the judgment it brings. This realization softens the weight of expectation. 5. Performing as presence. The true performance in Zen is not impressing others, but showing up fully alive in the present. When you bow to impermanence, the stage becomes a place of play, not pressure. Every action is fresh, unrepeatable, and therefore free of the burden to be perfect. Why it matters today. In a culture obsessed with achievement and perfection, performance anxiety is everywhere. Zen's 2,500-year-old wisdom shocks us with its relevance, reminding us that no fear, no judgment, no moment is permanent. By embracing impermanence, we transform anxiety into presence and presence into power. Cultivating inner resilience. Your Zen toolkit. How Zen Buddhism, a philosophy thousands of years old, offers shockingly relevant and powerful tools to thrive in modern life. Life is unpredictable. Jobs shift, relationships change, health falters, and the world itself feels increasingly uncertain. In the face of these storms, what allows some people to bend without breaking? The answer is resilience, the inner strength to meet challenges with steadiness and clarity. Zen Buddhism, refined over centuries, offers exactly this kind of strength. not by teaching us how to control life's chaos, but by showing us how to live in harmony with it. Think of Zen as a timeless toolkit for resilience. Simple, practical instruments you can carry anywhere. 1. The breath, your anchor tool. When the mind is pulled by stress, fear, or overthinking, Zen returns us to the breath. Slow, mindful breathing steadies the nervous system and creates space between stimulus and response. This tool doesn't erase difficulty, but it gives you an anchor, a way to stay grounded when everything else feels shaky. 2. Presence, the tool of now. Much of our suffering comes from replaying the past or fearing the future. Zen trains us in shikantaza, just sitting, and mindful attention to everyday tasks. Whether washing dishes or answering emails, the practice is the same. Return to this moment. Resilience grows naturally when the mind isn't consumed by what-ifs. 3. Impermanence, the perspective tool. Zen emphasizes anicca. Everything changes. Setbacks, emotions, even failures are temporary. This perspective transforms obstacles into passing waves rather than permanent walls. With impermanence as your lens, resilience becomes less about endurance and more about graceful adaptation. 4. Compassion, the soft strength tool. Resilience isn't only grit, it's also kindness. Zen teaches karuna, compassion, beginning with yourself. Instead of meeting difficulty with self-criticism, you respond with patience and gentleness. Compassion cushions the mind, allowing it to recover faster and face challenges without hardening. 5. Simplicity, the clarity tool. In Zen, simplicity is not deprivation, but freedom. By clearing physical, mental, and digital clutter, you reduce overwhelm and conserve energy for what truly matters. Resilience flourishes when your inner world isn't drowned out by unnecessary noise.